the first day of fall, and it's a warm one at that. We're coming to you from the Dude Angus Gym at Los Altos High School for this varsity volleyball match between the visiting Cupertino Pioneers and the Lady Eagles of Los Altos. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Messner. I'm at courtside, and I'll be giving you the action as it happens. By the numbers, this is a game that Los Altos should have very little trouble with. They come in with a 10-5 record, and statistics favor the Eagles all the way across the board. Kills, blocks, aces, receptions, assists, and digs, all of which go in the Eagles' favor. They sometimes outplay the Pioneers 2 and 3 to 1. But both teams are coming off of recent victories. Los Altos won on the 19th of this month against Los Gatos at Los Gatos in a 3-1 match. Cupertino won on the same night against Milpitas on their home court, and that was a 3-0 sweep. Players you're going to want to watch for tonight will be Sahicha Krishnamurthy from Cupertino. She leads the team in kills, aces, digs, and receptions. At Los Altos, a couple of other people will be number 12, Naomi Cremu. She leads the Lady Eagles in kills and receptions. And the other major cog for Los Altos is number 1, Megan Corley. She leads the squad in serving aces and digs. One thing that's interesting about both of these teams is that Los Altos also has an advantage in height. The tallest Cupertino player is at 5'10", but the tallest Los Altos player is at 6 feet 2 inches tall. And we're just about ready to get going, and there it goes. Oh, a bit of a misfire there by Los Altos. That was Jackie Hu there, the sophomore defensive specialist, trying to get in the dig. And it was off her cupped hands, and so Cupertino strikes first tonight. That is Uni Parks serving now. That's dug out by Corley. Now over, and just out of bounds. So Cupertino taking advantage of another unforced error. Uni Park, one of the tri-captains, she is a 5'6" senior, and she is starting off her 4th year on the varsity of these Cupertino Pioneers. Controlled by Los Altos, and that one again a little bit too long. Uni has 146 aces in 3 years and change, so a very impressive run for her. Handled, set, up, and that hitting one of the Cupertino players. That's Karen Lynn that caught it right in the shoulder, but Los Altos will get the down ball. And it's Valentina Chang, I believe, the 5'9" junior, serving there. And that one is in, and an ace for the Eagles early on. Over, dug out, oh, and just tapped over there. Nicely done by Naomi Cremu. Naomi leading the team with receptions and kills, and that makes number 118 for Naomi. Back over, dug out, set, and handled there again by Jackie. Oh, what a kill, and that was off an attempted dig there by Christy Wang. Not quite enough there, or was that Sahicha Krishnamurthy? I only saw the curve there. Okay, it was Krishnamurthy. And it's a 4-3 lead now for the Eagles. Over, dug out, a little bit of a conflict there. Dinked over, now controlled. Ooh, close, and that one is gonna fall. And Cupertino will pick up the point there, and the draw even at 4 apiece. Now Angelina Kondo, a 5'4" freshman, the only freshman on these Cupertino Pioneers. Jump serve, controlled, back set, and a deflection there. And Cupertino showing that they too can play the jumping game. Brings it up to a 5-4 lead now for Cupertino. It's a short pass, but it does go in, so an ace there for Cupertino. And Angelina Kondo, that picks up her 5th ace so far. Angelina, this is her first year on the varsity. And Corley off of her hands there. And unforced errors so far have been the undoing of the Lady Eagles, as Cupertino coming up on a 7-point or a 7-4 lead early in this first set. And up it goes. Short dugout, handled. And now over by Los Altos, but that one's going to be a little bit wide, and that's off the attempt of Claire Kwok, the 5'10" senior right setter. Claire, one of the co-captains. And Cupertino now has 8-4. Jump serve, that one's a little long, and Los Altos wisely lets that one go. And they'll take over now, 5-8. And your server is Naomi Cremu. Naomi, a longtime veteran on this team, has been the player of the match for Los Altos 7 times in her career. Oh, off the net, and Cupertino keeps hold of it. Set, short set, and not quite enough there for the libero. That was Christy Wang there. Naomi Cremu, we were talking about a moment ago. Higher than the national average everywhere you look. Sets played, kills, hitting percentage, total blocks, digs, and aces. And there it goes. Dug out by Cupertino, then the set. And good attempt there, but Los Altos handles it. Oh, heads into the net. And Cupertino still maintaining a 3-point lead. Taking over serving now is Nivrithi Krishnan. She's a 5'8" senior middle blocker. Coming off the serve, dug out. Forward set, tipped over, and nicely placed there. Great attempt there by Nivrithi. Not quite enough. Nivrithi comes off. And Megan Corley is your server. And that one's just a little long. I think Megan would like to have that one back because that was fairly close. And Tino maintaining a 3-point lead. Coming to the game now is Heather Kuhl, or Kuhl. Sorry to her family there. She's a junior setter at 5'3", one of 7 juniors here on this squad. Jump serve, dug out. Ooh, not well handled, but it is over the net by Los Altos. Now controlled. Short tip there. Somebody running in to get it. And good deflection there. And Cupertino coming away off the block. Nicely done there. As Cupertino widens its lead to 4 points. Heather, in addition to playing the volleyball team, is also on the varsity softball team for Cupertino. As Cupertino going in for the kill, and they do get it. Brilliant ball placement all the way across the court. They saw their opportunity and they took it there. And the Cupertino bench loving this. As a 12-7 lead for the Pioneers. Ooh, and good attempt at digging that one out. And Los Altos wants a timeout as Peter Kim says, wait a second, this isn't the game we came to play tonight. So we'll step aside while they sort that out. It is 13-7 Cupertino. Don't go away. Okay, take it out. Back here at the Dude Angus Gym, Go Eagles is what the sign says, and I think these Eagles wish they were going a little bit more, although that's dug out very nicely and controlled by Los Altos. Now Cupertino bumps it, cross-course set, and again, brilliant ball placement by the front line of these Cupertino Pioneers. They have a 7-point lead over the NorCal defending champions. Well, what do you know? Here we go. Bumped. Back set. And that time it went through the hands of number 11. I don't have a roster number for number 11 there. Should be 14-8. Now Los Altos, now that one was headed out, but Cupertino took it. Kill blocked off, off that beam. That is a major feature of the roof of this Dude Angus Gym. And it will do you favors, and sometimes it will do you no favors. And this time it didn't do any for the Lady Eagles. Krishnamurthy now. Now Los Altos, and Megan Wong with the bump, and that one was out of bounds. Megan, a 5'5" freshman. 16-8 now. And that one, Naomi Cremu thinking she might be able to control that, but that one was off her hands. As the run keeps going now for these Lady Pioneers. Bumped. Now the kill, but the kill's long. And that was Carolyn Dormady there, a 6-foot sophomore, and an outside hitter. A little bit too much English on that, as a 10-point lead now for the Pioneers. Dug out, set. Now distance kill there, way up into the stands, or up into the rafters. Volley back over. Now Los Altos controls, and that one is off of Heather Kuehl. And Los Altos will come away with that. And it looks like we may have an injured Cupertino player. And she's being helped off. There is the Los Altos athletic trainer who's on duty for this game today, as he always is for athletic events. And that is Sahicha Krishnamurthy, one of the tri-captains and the statistical leader of this team. And that doesn't look good. We'll step aside while they sort that out. We'll be back at Dude Angus Gym in just a moment. Back here at Dude Angus Gym as Cupertino Pioneers have a 9-point lead, but they may have suffered a fairly significant injury. Sahicha Krishnamurthy is out with what appeared to be an ankle injury and maybe something going on with her face, but in any case. And now Los Altos, as Cupertino trying to rally. Now Los Altos controls, cross-court set, and dinked over. Beautifully done by Emma Simon. And Emma is the tallest player on this Los Altos team at 6'2". She's a sophomore middle blocker. But apparently that went to Cupertino. It may have been a net violation. Dug out. And passed, and I think Cupertino may have lost count there. What went on? So Los Altos regains possession, still down 9 points. That's Anna Smith serving now for the Eagles. Strong Smith and Cupertino maybe getting a little bit of a miscommunication there. But Los Altos does come away with that, and that is Anna Smith's 6th ace in 2 years on the varsity. So she'll remember that one. Short set, a little bit of a back wind there, dinked over, but Los Altos counters, and they dig it out again. Now it's controlled, and well done by Los Altos to get that one, and I think that Karen Lynn may have gotten a piece of that, but it certainly didn't help things as it couldn't really be turned into a pass. So now Los Altos has cut the lead to 7. And that one headed out, but Cupertino still valiantly trying to get it, and the referee catches it saying, nope, that's not gonna work.
Set out, Tino.
So now a 6-point deficit. Los Altos has not led in this set so far. And they've still got some heavy lifting to do if they want to get back into it. And another one that was probably not well handled by the Pioneers. And another ace for Anna, as Los Altos now comes to within 5. As Cupertino looking a bit bewildered all of a sudden. Now that one they wisely watched it go out. So far Los Altos trying to recover from the unforced errors of earlier in the night. We'll see how well they can do that as time goes on. Served in, handled, short set, tipped, now handled, back over, volleyed. Now Los Altos is going to have to go for a long strike, and they do. Tipped over, and Los Altos can't quite handle it. Great attempt there by a couple of the Eagle players. Notable was Naomi Cremu on that, but Cupertino will retain possession, opening the lead back up to 7, and maybe smelling a first set victory here. It's Uni Park who's serving again. Straight ahead serve, and that one is off the hands of Jackie Hu and out. As Los Altos has been making all of the key mistakes so far in this match. Volleyed. Ooh. Good attempt there by the libero. Now it's dinked over, and we had a double hit there by either the libero or another member of the Pioneers, but Los Altos will take it back. Valentina Chang again taking over for serving, again down 7 points. Doug, set, now tipped over, and great work there by Cremu, and I think Sydney Enthoven may have been in on that too. Both of those ladies at least 6 feet tall, pulling them to within 6. And here come the Eagles again. And that one headed out. And Cupertino perceptively letting that one go. So the Pioneers take it again, this time within 2 points of a first set victory. Angelina Kondo taking over again. There it goes. Double dug. Now, volleyed in that one a little bit too hard. She was making that attempt from 5, maybe 6 feet off the net, which means that it's harder to gauge, and it's a set point. Dug out. And beautifully handled by Cupertino, and they capture this first set, blindsiding the Eagles and coming out with a 9-point advantage at the end of it all. So we'll step aside for a moment while both teams switch sides and get themselves recombobulated. We'll be right back. It's 1-0 Cupertino. Back here at the Dude Angus Gym as we're going to be starting the second set in just a moment or two. The story of the first set was really a matter of three things. Missed digs by Los Altos. They gave up 4 or 5 points after not really effectively receiving services by Cupertino. Tino did have some very consistent serving, although to be fair, Los Altos did come up with 2 or 3 aces, including 2 by the junior Anna Smith, who up until now had only had 5, so she's almost half again as many so far this evening. Maybe even more remarkable than that was the way that the Cupertino squad rallied after the injury to Sahicha Krishnamurthy, number 9. She's over on the bench there, and her shoe is off. I don't know if she'll be trying to come back later on, but so far, Cupertino has been able to rally around, and I use the term rally around in more ways than one. Los Altos trying to get their positioning correct. Los Altos did not lead that entire set, and if you're going up against a team that has 8 wins and 2 losses, you better make sure your communication channels are straight and that you're executing. And Los Altos did not do that as consistently as they ought to have. Valentina Chang will be serving for the Eagles, and she gets away with a dandy. Cupertino punches it over, dug out, set, and well done there. Great attempt by the libero, but Los Altos does come away with the point, and they strike first in the second set. Valentina has never had an ace. And that one, Sydney Enthoven, just reaching over with both hands and says goodbye. And the down ball goes to Los Altos. Valentina, relatively new to the sport, but, and you just saw Valentina get her first ace right there as a server. After playing 9 sets, 11 kills, and 1 dig, now she has 1 ace, and you were here. Now back over, dug out by Tino, back set, and an attempt there to punch it in way outside, and Los Altos now with a nice run here. That's the first unforced error that I've counted against Cupertino tonight. Ooh, great attempt there, and Los Altos does control it and sends it back over. Well done. And that time, the point will go to Cupertino off of a great attempt by, I think that may have been Caitlin Lee, the freshman. So now Cupertino will get their first serve. That's Karen Lynn, the 5'9" junior. Here it comes. Straight ahead serve, handled by Los Altos. Enthoven, too hard on the kill attempt. Too horizontal, not vertical enough. So now it's, I thought it was 2-4, but it may be 3-4 now. It is 2-4. Handled. And now Corley hits it back over. Nicely done. Centering dig. And the whistle goes, and the referee saw something he didn't like. That appeared to be a double hit there on Tino. I didn't see who did it, but Los Altos will regain possession. And Naomi Kermou taking over serving. And, ooh, long dig there, and blocked. And Los Altos executes, and Tino can't. That's an attempt by Sarah Eklund there, a 5'6" junior, but not quite enough. Naomi Kermou, second year on the varsity, but already has 94 aces to her name. And that would have been 95 if it had been about 3 feet shorter, but it wasn't. So Cupertino will take over now. Vrithi Krishnan, third year on the varsity for her. Oh. Kind of a reaction shot there, and not well placed. So Tino may be coming back with a run of their own. It's now 4-6. Served in. Corley. And Corley hits it back over. Well done there by Los Altos. Set. Tipped. And I think we might have, looked like it might have been either a net violation or maybe a closed fist. I couldn't see. But in any case, Tino now drawing to within 1. Dug out by Corley. Cremu. And tipped over. Controlled. And a block there, and that is going to go to Cupertino. And Los Altos doesn't like that, but that's the way the game is played. So now Tino has drawn to a tie, coming back from a 6-point deficit. Remarkable. Ooh. And Los Altos does manage to dig it out, and they come away with the point off of the Claire Kwok kill. And good on Claire for doing that. Claire, a 5'10" right setter, or right side, I should say. And now Megan Corley. Proud to say that I taught Megan in U.S. history last year. And that one, Valentina doing everything she can just not to get to hit in the face with that one. So we're back to a 7-7 score. And Heather Kuehl will come in to serve for Cupertino. Served in. High set and not quite enough there. Carolyn Dormady trying to come in and put that away, but timing was a little bit off. So Tino now takes a 1-point lead. Doug, there's Corley. That time, oh, nice save there. Cupertino gets it back over. Cremu. And unforced error there by Cupertino. And somebody wants a time, or do they? No, I said that was a side out. I beg your pardon. That's Megan Wong now coming in to serve for the Eagles. Megan, it's her first year on the varsity, but already has 14 aces. That won't be one of them. And nicely done there by Cupertino. As both teams playing each other to a standstill at this point, although Cupertino does have the 1-point edge at the moment. And Angelina Kondo once again. Way off the baseline for Angelina. Running serve. And killed very nicely there by Emma Simon. And Emma Simon using every inch of that 6'2" frame to get that one down and draw the score even again for Los Altos. Caitlin Lee now, your Los Altos server. First year on varsity for Caitlin. 5 aces. Above the national average in hitting percentage. And that one just snuck right into the back right corner as Los Altos never saw that one coming. So Tino again pulling ahead by a point. Served by the libero, Corley. And in and out of the hands of Uni Park. Tino gives up a lead again. Anna Smith now serving again for Los Altos. It's 10-10. Low serve dug out by the Pioneers. Now hit over. Jump and looked like that might have been a good attempt for a slam dunk there. And there's that was Enthoven, but it was dug out, and Tino making a great attempt there to make that work. Not so much that time. As Los Altos does now pull ahead by 1. Smith now, dug out by Tino. Oh! That was a very long volley. Went into the net, into that no man's land. So now Los Altos pulling ahead by 2. Dug out. Now a back set straight up in the air. Over to Los Altos. Over. And also almost to the net again, but still volleyed over. There's Enthoven. Volleyed. And the kill done beautifully there by Naomi Cremu. Maybe taking a page out of the book of the last Pioneer possession. Just put it straight into the back corner. No chance at all for the Pioneers. Now volleyed. Short set, blocked very nicely by Enthoven and Cremu. 6 feet and 5'10" are the heights there. Los Altos continues its run, and that's off the basketball. I don't know if that would count in any case, but Los Altos will take it. And Cupertino wants a timeout. So turnabout's fair play. We'll be right back at the Dude Angus Stadium. Don't go away. Thanks. Back here at Dude Angus Gymnasium, where Los Altos, after suffering a stinging defeat in the first set, now has gone on a 5-point run. And they're leading Cupertino 15-10 here in the second set. Anna Smith continuing to serve for the Eagles. Dug out by Tino, and that one, oh, trickled over the net, and Los Altos probably got a little complacent there because I think they figured that that one was going to fall back on the Tino side, but Cupertino very alertly taking advantage of that. Uni Park now serving for the Pioneers. Or getting ready to. Dug out. Sydney Enthoven, and it's blocked out of bounds. And Los Altos will take the point on that ball. And Valentina Chang serving again for Los Altos. Set. And well done by Cupertino, as again Los Altos caught napping there. That's 2 straight unforced errors now by the Eagles. And that one headed out, hit a little bit too hard there by Karen Lynn. And Los Altos maintaining a 5-point lead. That is Naomi Cremu. As Cupertino gets itself going. Whistle goes. Here's the serve. Oh, and there's an ace for Naomi Cremu. And that is number 95, and that's way ahead of the national average. National average is 8, so she's got that beaten by about a factor of 12. And an unforced error there by Tino. As a second straight ace now for Los Altos. As a 7-point lead now for the Eagles. That's the biggest lead they've had all night. Served by Cremu. Running in, now set and blocked. And Sydney Enthoven loves it. That's number 11 for the Eagles. And the run for the Eagles keeps going as it's now an 8-point lead. And Los Altos may be thinking they can draw even with the Pioneers in these next few points. Over, dug out. And Cupertino managed to get it over. That's deflected. Oh, and a Great attempt at digging, and then almost took out our cameraman, Josh Young, over there. But Los Altos does get the point. 21-12 now. And the run keeps going. Low serve. Dug out, set. And somehow or another, Los Altos was managing to get that on a down ball, but nothing came of it as Tino regains possession. And Nivrithi Krishnan serving now. Nivrithi, one of 4 seniors on the Pioneers. Dug out, set, and Toven with a tip, but it's handled, or is it? As that looked like a backward pass, and nobody was there to receive it. So good instinct, but not good placement, as Megan Corley will step up. There's the serve. Doug. Straight up set, tipped. Los Altos controls. Over it goes, and the libero making a great attempt there, but only got one hand on it. That was Christy Wang, I believe. And Los Altos now a 10-point lead. Off the serve right now of Megan Corley. Dug out. And off the net. And a whistle goes, and I think there may have been a double hit or an illegal hit there by Cupertino, and it's a set point for the Eagles. It's over. Dug out. Now to Los Altos, controlled. There's Corley. And a great attempt, but Los Altos will take it. And it's a 12-point margin, which is more than they were down by in the first set. So we'll step aside as the teams get ready to play set 3. That was 25-13 Los Altos. The sets are 1 apiece. Don't go away. Back here at the Dude Angus Gym at Los Altos High School, as we've just finished the second set, and it was close to the mirror image of what happened in the first set. The story was unenforced errors by Cupertino. I counted 5 of them as opposed to only 2 by the Eagles. A second element in that was that Los Altos simply had better ball placement and more consistent ball placement than Cupertino did. They saw the openings and they took advantage of them, particularly in the back corners of the court, and they did that very impressively. But a third and maybe the decisive thing in that second set was the height advantage. It's making its mark for the Eagles. You have to understand that the Los Altos Lady Eagles, they have 3 players that are 6 feet tall or taller, whereas for Cupertino, there is not a single solitary player taller than 5'10". Now, jumping ability is something else again, but the height advantage that the Eagles have certainly won out in the second set. We'll find out whether that holds true in set 3. Number 9 for Cupertino, Sahicha Krishnamurthy, went out with what appeared to be an ankle injury. She is sitting on the bench right now, and her ankle is bandaged, and there may be an ice pack on that, and I would venture a guess that she won't be back this evening, and that may make a difference, too, for Cupertino. She's led in so many different areas for this squad, but Cupertino was able to get that point. And that one just not well executed by the middle blockers of Los Altos. Christy Wang now serving. Low serve. And Los Altos did well to control that and to get it back over. Now set across the court. And nicely done. Got right by Megan Cremu, or Megan Corley, I should say. And Cupertino, in maybe an attempt to rerun the first set, taking a 2-point lead so far. Over for Los Altos, and that was well done, and the ball placement continues to work for the Lady Eagles as Naomi Cremu, the 5'10" junior opposing hitter, drives that one home. Megan Wong now serving for the Eagles. And over it goes. Libero handles it and volleyed, and Los Altos, nicely done, tipping it over. Controlled by Cupertino, and that time scooped up, and that might have gone as an illegal hit anyway, but Nivrithi Krishnan trying to make something out of it. Not quite enough, and the Eagles draw even with the Pioneers. Over. Oh, and that will be an ace for Megan Wong. And that's number 15 for her on the season. Megan is a freshman. She is 5'5", and of course this is her first year on the varsity. She's already becoming quite a cog in the Lady Eagle machine. And that one very close, but it is going to go to Cupertino. And so the Pioneers draw even with a little bit of ball placement of their own. Karen Lynn serving now for Cupertino. Hit a little bit more of a line drive than I think she wanted to, so Los Altos will take advantage of that, and Naomi Cremu will serve. 4-3 Los Altos. Jump serve, volleyed straight up, controlled by Cupertino, and that one, ooh, that one was close. It might have been tipped there. But in any case, Cupertino will get the equalizer. No unforced errors so far in this set that I've counted on either team. Except that one. And that was Carolyn Dormady. Trying for the kill, but not getting enough height on it. Cupertino now having a 1-point lead again. Slap serve there. And that one, well done. And Karen Liu coming up from the serving line, trying to dig that one out. Probably not prepared for it. Megan Corley now serving for the Eagles. Dug out by the libero. Set, and the libero is going to have to take it. And that one, Los Altos was banking on that being about 2 inches more to the right than it ended up being. And so Cupertino gets a lucky break on that one. Heather Kuehl serving again for Cupertino with a 6-5 lead. Handled, set, and over. And Cupertino, oh, close, and that one, bad luck would be the only way I could describe that. Valentina Chang put it away for the Eagles, and she'll take the serve right now for Los Altos as it's 6-all. Served, and oh my goodness. That one, again, a lucky break for the Eagles because that one could have gone either way, but Los Altos does come away with the point. And that one almost hit the antenna, I think. That was dug out, controlled, all the way across and volleyed back. Cupertino maintaining control of it, blocked, They're going to try to get it over, and they do. And Cupertino keeping the rally alive. But that time, it was Carolyn Dormady, the 6-foot sophomore, taking it for Los Altos. And now it's an 8-6 lead. Set. And nicely handled there. Los Altos volleys it back over. Set, short set, and Naomi Cranu trying to go after that, but one hand stretches usually not very effective in volleyball. And Angelina Kondo. And there it goes. Poorly. Set and volleyed back over. Tino controlling it. Back over, blocked. Handled by Los Altos, they keep it alive. Oh, an attempt at a tip there by Emma Simon, but it didn't come off. And Cupertino continuing their run. We got an 8-8 tie now. Ooh, short serve. Handled by, oh, and an attempt at a kill there. Probably 4 or 5 feet off the line there by Carolyn Dormady. And Tino now opening up a 1-point lead. Jump serve, handled. Now set, and now good ball placement, blocked. Now back over to Los Altos, and Los Altos not quite able to get that. Wide by about a foot, or I should say long by about a foot. And Tino now with a 2-point lead. Kondo continuing to serve. Oh, badly handled there by Los Altos. It's the third unforced error by my count in this set so far. Now set, tipped over. Cupertino setting up, and that one stays in. And Cupertino loves it, and Los Altos doesn't love it. And so they're going to take a timeout, and so will we. It's 12-8 Cupertino. Don't go away. Back here at the Dude Angus Stadium, or Gymnasium, as Los Altos on their home court, down by 4. Make that down by 3 as the long serve from Angelina Kondo gives control back to the Eagles. And your new server is Caitlin Lee. Caitlin's a freshman, first year on the varsity. Came into the game with 5 aces. And just like that, that's the end of her serving tenure, as Tino is able to tip it and restore control of the game to themselves, 13-9. Christy Wang serving. Dug out, oh, a dangerous dig there, but it's still in play. Now Los Altos has to get it over, and they do. Set, oh, and Tino coming away with the point. There might have been a double hit on that in any case, but Cupertino will take the point, and they get a 5-point lead going on now. Short serve, and that one was out. And another new Eagle server, and that is Anna Smith. Served and dug out. Running into the center to get that. And Los Altos unbelievably was able to keep that rally going, but not for long. as Cupertino maintaining a 5-point lead. Amazing ball handling, but control wasn't what the Eagles would have wanted. Here's the serve. Ooh. Short set, poked over, and Cupertino mishandles that one just a little bit. And now Los Altos once again playing catch up. There's Megan Wong. Serve, long set, and that one goes for the Pioneers as they place the ball right in the backyard of the Eagles and regain their 5-point margin. And Los Altos continues to play catch up. Ace there for Cupertino off of the missed hit. Los Altos continues to be flummoxed here. Up and down, handled by the libero. Short set, tipped over. Now a back set. And Cupertino manages to dig it out. They do control, and they get it back over. And Los Altos starts again. Cross-court set. Again dug out by the libero. Can they get it over? And they do. Now set by Los Altos. Another attempt, and Enthoven gets that one. And Naomi Cremu trying to cut this lead now from 5 to 4 and smaller, as Los Altos does not want to go down by a set again. Low serve. Tino handles it. Punched over. Set. Now tipped, but it's not enough. And Los Altos, another unforced error, hand it back to Cupertino. 6-point lead now for the Pioneers. Over, set, and over the middle blockers of Cupertino, and they do pick up the point. But can they capitalize? The story of this set has been possession followed by mishap for the Eagles. That's Megan Corley's serve. And that one, unbelievable. Los Altos didn't see that coming, and I'm not sure that Cupertino really saw that coming either. I think that may have been Sarah Eklund who saw a perfect window and took advantage of it. And now again, a 6-point lead for the Pioneers. And Heather Kuehl serving. Handled. Oh, that's Valentina Chang, 5 or 6 feet off the line, and Los Altos wants to talk about it a little bit. So we'll let them do that. It's 2013 Cupertino in set 3. Back here at the Dude Angus Gym, Cupertino with a 7-point lead, looking for more as they close in on a victory in the 3rd set. As Los Altos, Emma Simon trying to bat that one home. Didn't quite come off. And Heather Kuehl continues to serve. Handled. And that one over the middle blocker. I think it may have been Sarah Eklund who got a piece of that. But it will be a down ball, and Los Altos is going to need it if they want to pull this 3rd set out. Valentina Chang, once again, serving now for the Eagles. Off the line. And Los Altos is going to have to hurry, and they don't. And Los Altos just failed to communicate on that one. Unforced errors have been the story for the Eagles, both in set 1 and set 3, as it's an 8-point lead, and the Pioneers closing in on a victory in this third set. Dug out, set, and brilliantly handled by Cupertino. And that one, great attempt there by the libero, Christy Wang, but not quite enough. And Cupertino continues to make something out of nothing. Every time you think they're in a huge dilemma, they're able to make a play. Caitlin Lee serving now. Oh, that one. And that one, another attempt at a miracle, but that time Los Altos was able to slam that one home. So down to a 6-point lead now for the Pioneers. Low serve. Volleyed up, passed over. There's the pass. Back set, and Claire Kwok not getting enough height on that, and again, bad timing, inflicting itself on Los Altos High School as the lead is restored to 7. Set, and that time Los Altos going right for Christy Wang, the libero, who never saw it coming, and the lead is back down to 6. But once again, can Los Altos capitalize? As they serve, kept in, and a back pass, and tipped, and there may have been a double hit there, but it comes to a set point now for Cupertino. As there's a substitution coming in, that's Alia Narvaez coming in for Cupertino. Set point, and that will give set 3 to Cupertino, as unforced errors are the undoing of the Lady Eagles here in this set. We'll be back for set 4 in just a moment. We'll bring you back for all the action. Don't go away. Back here at the Dude Angus Gym as we're getting ready to head into set 4. Set 3 might as well have been a replay of the first set. The story was unforced errors for Los Altos really did them in. They had 7 in the first set by my count. They had 2 in the second set and up to 9 in the third set. Now you combine that with ball handling by Cupertino that can only be described as miraculous, where balls that should have been down balls were somehow or another turned into scoring chances for the Pioneers. And you've got the defending NorCal champion, Los Altos Eagles, down by a set on their own home court here on a Monday night. So what did Coach Peter Kim tell his Lady Eagles? I guess we'll find out. Handled by Tino. Tipped, and somehow Los Altos that time pulling the rabbit out of the hat. Now handled by the Eagles. Volleyed over. Passed across the court and blocked, and Tino keeps it in. And blocked again. And now Los Altos controlling, and that one just headed out. And Los Altos, after a very impressive rally, not able to pull the trigger. Karen Lynn now serving. Dug out. Set. Running in for the tip there was Los Altos. Now dangerous and blocked in front. And Los Altos unable to bring that one home. 2-0 Cupertino in what may be the deciding set. And that one into the net, kind of a line drive serve there by Karen Liu. Or that was Karen Lynn, I beg your pardon. Karen, who came into this game with 24 aces, so certainly not a stranger. Cremu now with the serve. That one's volleyed straight up, passed over, and Los Altos takes it, control, short set, tipped over, and that time Carolyn Dormady was able to get the point for the Eagles. Carolyn, a 6-foot sophomore, and came into the game with 57, so she's now pushing 60. That's 60 kills. She was the player of the match against Branham about 2 weeks ago. Now the serve, and that one an ace for Naomi Cremu. Not that Naomi is a stranger to great serving. Naomi Cremu was the player of the match on September 11th against Willow Glen, and she's been named the player of the match 6 other times since joining the varsity. And now one more, and it's tipped, and Tino can't handle it. Two-point lead now for the Eagles. And Cremu hitting that one into the net and giving the keys to the game back now to Cupertino. Nivrithi Krishnan serving, dug out, and tipped over, not well passed there. Passed over, now dug out, somebody's got to get it, and Los Altos manages to get that one away. Now passed over to the left side and blocked brilliantly by Dormady. And that is another solo block for her. Carolyn came into this game with 6 of them. She's got at least 7 now. Now Megan. Short set and right in between Valentina Chang and Naomi Cremu, as Cupertino keeps pace. Heather Kuehl now serving, down by 1 point. Short serve, dug out, handled, and back over. Passed, short set, tipped over. Los Altos handles it. And blocked, but Los Altos manages to recover. Here they go again. Tipped and over the middle blockers, and Carolyn Dormady again making her presence felt as Los Altos now has a 6-point lead. Megan Wong, the server. There's a kill attempt that goes out of bounds. So Los Altos putting together a little run here. There's the serve. Short set, again tipped. Los Altos keeps it alive. And there's the payoff hit. Now back pass, and that one's headed out. An interesting choice to go to the opposing hitter Karen Lynn on that one. because that was a backwards pass. And that one, ooh, might have been headed out, but Cupertino handles it, and it's volleyed over by Los Altos. Nice job of keeping it alive there. Tipped, and that time Los Altos can't quite get to it. That was Anna Smith and Emma Simon that were in on that one, on a losing effort in that particular rally. And Angelina Kondo once again serving. As I said earlier, Angelina is the lone freshman on this varsity team. Los Altos saves it and passes it back over. Tino again with the short, and that's handled. And Los Altos volleys it back over. Ooh, dangerous. And that one, well handled. As Alexandria Hunt was not, no, I beg your pardon, that was Megan Wong that went after that one. And Cupertino just showing better vision all night long than Los Altos has, at least thus far. That's over. And that one, is Tino going to be able to get it over? Yes, they are, but it's out. And Tino making a great effort on that, on a ball that by rights should have been in the 700 building here at Los Altos High School, but they managed to make a good attempt at it. Jackie Hu now serving for the Eagles. And Tino gets it back again. Set, tipped, and Tino with that amazing defense manages to make something out of nothing and continue the rally. And it's just outside by Naomi Cremu, wide to the left, as Los Altos can't get more than a 2-point run so far here in the fourth set. And they're down a set. Short pass, or short serve rather. Now Los Altos digs it out with some defense of its own. Tino. Tipped, and Tino, as Los Altos leaving massive holes in its defense. And Tino's just driving right through them. Christy Wang, the libero, coming back now. There's the serve. Handled by the Eagles. Again, dug out by Cupertino. Back pass. And Megan Wong with the attempt there. As Tino ties it up. As Cupertino wanting to win. Dug out. Now Los Altos controls. Blocked. And no way Los Altos could recover from that one. And Cupertino regains the lead here in the fourth set. Christy Wang continuing to serve. Los Altos, and it's dug out. And attempt that probably they should have let one go, and Los Altos says, we've had enough of this, we want a timeout. So let's let them take it. We'll be back. It's 11-9 Cupertino, fourth set. We're back at Los Altos High School, where Cupertino, with a one-set lead, is looking to take this one home from the home Los Altos Eagles. But Los Altos refusing to go quietly as they manage to come away with that point and bring it to within one. And that's Alice Cutsey. We haven't seen much of her. She's a defensive specialist. She's a senior. Jump serve. Dug out by Cupertino. And a short set. And that one out of bounds, and Los Altos manages to tie it up. An ace for Los Altos, and Alice Kutze, that's number 18 as a varsity Eagle. She's played 71 sets coming into the night. Comes away with a dandy serve there. Tipped, blocked. Can Cupertino handle it? And they do. Now Los Altos. Dug out, Cupertino volleys it over. A little bit of miscommunication there, but Los Altos manages to get the down ball and open up a 2-point lead again as Kutze continues to serve. We haven't seen much of Alice so far tonight until just now. And Los Altos manages to, with some persistent play there by Sydney Enthoven, the 6-foot senior. And now Cupertino wants a timeout. Turnabout's fair play. We'll let them talk and we'll come back in just a moment. Well, Los Altos now opening up a 3-point lead behind the arm of Alice Kutze, their server. And here it comes. Tino wanted a timeout there. Again, a short, but this one's blocked. And Los Altos is going to have to handle it, and they do. And that one's headed out. Is Cupertino going to be able to make another miracle happen? Yes, they do. And that one now handled by Los Altos. Here comes Enthoven, but it's blocked, and Los Altos keeps it alive. It's going to need to go over. There's Kutze. Cupertino looping it over those middle blockers, and Los Altos getting the point there. And Naomi Cremu, and I'm not sure that Naomi even knew where that one was going, but they're going to take the money and run, as it's a 4-point lead now for the Eagles. As Los Altos desperately wants to play a 5th set. The serve. Ooh, short, but it makes it over. Kutze, set. And Cupertino digs it out. Again, incredible defense by the Pioneers. And that one deflected and out of bounds. And Los Altos keeping that 5-point lead. Alice Kutze continuing to serve. And a little short there. And Cupertino now down 4, and they haven't been down very much this match. So Uni Park and over, and waiting to follow, to punch that home was Karen Lynn, the opposing hitter. 3-point lead now. Ooh, hit the net, but Los Altos handled it. They get it over, and that one, and the roof does its own squad a favor for maybe the first time tonight, as Los Altos regains possession and regains a 4-point lead, and your server is Valentina Chang. Alice Kutze remaining in the game. Los Altos apparently playing without a libero right now. And up, and Christy Wang not expecting to take that one. And that is a ball to the face, but she seems like she's doing okay. Low serve. Punched over, handled by the Eagles. Short set, Antoven, but Cupertino managing to make something of it, and it's back over on the Los Altos side. Long set tipped, and no. The referee's going to say no, that's Los Altos' point. And that's a 6-point lead now for the Eagles, as they're about ready to turn the corner, and Cupertino wants another timeout. So we may not be able to continue, but we will in just a second or two. So we'll be back. Back here at Los Altos High School, where the home team Lady Eagles earning every point in an attempt to stay in this game. They are down a set. And Tino now with the unforced errors. And another ace for Los Altos. And that serve, yet another ace now for the Eagles. As Tino right now seems to be racking up the unforced errors in perhaps a realization that they need a break, they need to reconnect, they need to reconnoiter. And that one went over, and Los Altos pulling their own miracle on that one. As the Lady Eagles now with a 9-point lead, that's closest to the largest lead they've had all night. Cupertino handles, and it's blocked. And Naomi Cremu taking a little bit of a bow there. 10-point lead, that is as big a lead as the Lady Eagles have had all night against the Cupertino Pioneers, as they can smell a victory here in set number 4. Now it's tipped over, and Cupertino figuring, hey, we need a break here, takes possession back. And Karen Lynn will be serving. Pioneers are down 9. That one is going to be an ace for Cupertino. And I think Los Altos was hoping that that would go about 6 inches farther, but it did not. Now an 8-point lead. Here comes the serve from Lynn. Short serve, handled by Los Altos, set. Blocked and successfully with the ball down, as Cupertino takes another one. 7-point lead now. And double hit there on somebody by Los Altos, and that's an unforced error that the Eagles do not need, especially at this point in the contest, with Cupertino closing in, and that one just a little low. And it's a set point now for the Eagles off the short serve. And Naomi Cremuse serving for the set. And, whoa, and Los Altos saved that one from going out. And that one handled by Cupertino, and they set it over, and a whistle goes, and Los Altos will take the set on what appeared to be the unforced error. So we got 2 sets to 2, and we will have the rubber set, if you will, after these messages. Don't you dare go away. We're back for the 5th and final set here in this varsity match between Los Altos and Cupertino. It has been a back and forth affair in more ways than one. one constant between both teams is that the team that with the most unforced errors loses the set. That was the case in all 4 of the sets. Los Altos committing 6 as against none by Cupertino in the first set. Tino took it. The second set, Tino committed 5, Los Altos just 2, LA took it. In the third set, Los Altos committed 9, Tino just 2, Tino won it. And in the set we've just finished, by my count, Cupertino committed 8 unforced errors. Los Altos only had 5. So we go to the 5th and final set, and as you may know, in the 5th set it is only to 15, not to the normal 25. You still have to win by 2. And Cupertino will get the set, or get the opening serve rather, in this final set. And here we go. And it's an ace to open up the set by Cupertino, as Los Altos was hoping that would go out, but it stayed in. Hopefully that's not going to be too discouraging for the Lady Eagles. And that one, oh my goodness, and that one almost headed into the scorer's table, and Tino's up 2-0. As Los Altos trying to get it together. And make that 3-0. Cupertino continuing their run. Now Los Altos handles that one. Back set, blocked, kept alive. Los Altos sends it back over, off the ceiling, and Tino back to Los Altos. Up and down as Los Altos gets a decisive point off the hand of Carolyn Dormandy. And now Los Altos down by 2 points. Sends in Valentina Chang to try to make up the deficit. Handled. Blocked by Los Altos. And the Eagle fans love it, as it is now just a 1-point game in this final set. Serious high school volleyball here. Back and forth advantages. Handled by Tino, running in. Center pass, now passed back over. Tipped. And Sydney Enthoven with a left-handed tip brings Los Altos even here in the 5th set. As neither team is going to give an inch as we continue. Served, handled. Oh, kind of a backward set, and Tino manages to sneak it in, as we've now got a 4-3 game in favor of the Pioneers. Check your score, guys. Karen Lynn. Kept in. And Los Altos charging the net, can't get it. And Tino now with a 2-point lead. Oh, dangerous hit there. And Cupertino smashes it home, opening up a 3-point lead on the road to 15. It is now 6-3. Nearly halfway there. Dug out. Somebody's got to get it, and Los Altos now back over, and it's long. Tino, as they have done so often tonight, opening up a lead over the Lady Eagles. Serve, dug out, passed, and Sydney Enthoven once again coming through with the kill and ending the run by the Pioneers. And that is Naomi Cremu taking over for Los Altos, number 12. And somebody didn't like that. And the referees maybe seeing a violation in the serving rotation, as the point should go to Cupertino. And we're going to get a timeout by Los Altos, who's a little bewildered at this chain of events. So we'll come back in just a second. Don't go away. Back at Los Altos High School as Cupertino opening up a 5-point lead in the final set. And Los Altos very much is at 6s and 7s, as they said back in the old days. Sorry if I'm dating myself. As we're waiting for clearance from the referee. And now Cupertino's trying to get themselves sorted out. It would appear to be Karen Lynn continuing to serve for Tino, or resuming serving, I should say. And here it comes. Dug out, passed, and in and out of the hands of Lynn. And Los Altos gets a much needed decisive point, bringing it back to a 4-point deficit. And this time, Naomi Cremu stepping up to serve. And there it goes. Oh, and it goes into the net. And Los Altos, at this point, continuing to seal its own fate with unforced errors. As it's 9-4. And all of the unforced errors so far have gone to Los Altos. But the Eagles will not go quietly, as they do pick up one there. And Meg Enthoven, or Megan Corley, I beg your pardon, will take over serving. And it's mishandled. And with an unforced error of their own, Tino allows Los Altos to sneak ever so slightly back closer. Here's the serve. It's volleyed. Pass. And blocked by Los Altos, as it's now a 2-point lead. And Tino wants a timeout. Tino maybe beginning to see this slip away from them. So we'll step aside. Don't go away. As our 5th set continues, and Los Altos trying to sneak back in. They're 2 points down in this 5th set. There's the serve, and it's a long pass, but Tino handles it and scores the point. As Cupertino continues to make ice cream out of horse doo-doo, if you will. And it's 10-7. Heather Kuehl. Los Altos, ooh, not well bumped. But Los Altos again refusing to go quietly, and that's what's made them the NorCal champions from a year ago. And Megan Wong, your new server. Los Altos trailing by 2 in the last set. So the margin for error is very slim for both these teams. Tino, tipped, handled by Los Altos. Back in, heads back over, and Los Altos digs it out. Volleyed, and that one, I think Karen Lynn might have taken a swipe at that, gotten a piece of it, because that one was headed out. And if she'd left it alone, we'd have a 3-point lead for the Pioneers. As it is, the lead is down to 1. Up, and pass, and Tino gets it back over. Now Los Altos handles, controls, and the libero, Christy Wang. As Los Altos has come all the way back, and they've tied it up here in the last set. Now Los Altos, can they capitalize? They haven't done so all night. It's straight up, now a pass, and Tino coming back with a point of its own, as Los Altos leaves a gaping hole in the middle of its defense. And it's a 1-point lead again for the Pioneers. And Angelina Kondo. Down. Los Altos controls, and it's back over, almost into the ceiling. Back set, tipped, and Los Altos manages to dig it out, but they're going to need to get back over, and they do. And now, close to the net, and somebody doesn't like something, and Tino. That may have been a net violation, or maybe there was an antenna, and Los Altos wants a timeout. So close and yet so far, but you're getting your money's worth here on KMVT. We'll be right back. We're back again at Los Altos High School as Cupertino having to fight for every point, but they do have a 2-point lead here in the last set, which only goes to 15. Los Altos. And on a ball that probably was headed out the door, Los Altos picks up a point, and they're down by 1. And again, Los Altos playing catch up. Jackie Hu now serving. Jump serve, short, handled by Cupertino, and Los Altos fumbles it, but they do get it. And it's up, and it is off the libero, and Los Altos has tied it up again. And they keep the serve. And Tino wants a timeout. So we're going to keep it here this time and talk a little bit about what we've seen so far. I mentioned earlier that it's been a case of unforced errors. Well, in this 5th set, by my count, Los Altos has 4, Cupertino has 3. And here we are tied in the 5th set. So now, it's a question of who controls the best and who errs the least, be that forced or unforced. So it's going to be about the quality of the game that's being played by these two teams in the next few moments. It's over. Los Altos dinks it over. Carolyn Dormady, and that was gift wrapped by Cupertino. As Los Altos continues their run and they inch towards that all-important 15th point. Here it comes. Low serve, and Los Altos gets the ace. And it's match point. As Los Altos may have pulled out a hard-won upset. We'll know in the next rally. Here it goes. And they get it. Los Altos, after fighting for every single point and giving everything they have to give, pulls out a victory in the 5th set. And Peter Kim has got to be happy with this one, as this is a classic case of giving everything you have to give. All of these young ladies left it all on the court tonight. What a match. And I, for one, was lucky to see it.
Roll credit.
Daniel Negretti was our producer and director tonight. Thank you, Dan. Josh Young on the truck, and also our camera engineer. Josh did a great job as always. Kristen Andrews on the other camera, making us all look good. And that'll wrap it up. So this is Mike Messner reminding you, run for the roses, but don't forget to stop and smell them. Good night, everybody. See you next time.